Hello everybody and welcome to our first new playthrough of the new year. I am going to be trying to play some more new games this year, especially considering I grabbed a lot during the Steam Winter Sale. I probably spent a little too much money, but who cares? I already spent it, and that is for future Yabby to regret. Today we're starting with Night Call, which when I was scanning through my library to see what I should play, this is the first one that popped out to me out of the things I bought. So let's get started. New game. Whoa! Slow down! Oh, choose the investigation. Oh. Okay, the judge. Victims have all something in common and the motives seem clear, but which suspect could have done it? Balanced case, perfect for first run. The angel of death, random victims, unknown motive, weird case, slightly more difficult than the others. The Sandman, the victims may feel random at first, but there's a connection, yet the motives might be hard to find, dark and twisted case. Surprise investigation, the game will randomly pick an unsolved investigation. Random investigation will randomly pick. Let's go with the judge, because I'm a basic bitch. Story. Money will be easy to get by, the investigation will be easier, every action will take less time for a chiller experience. The way Night Call was designed, or hard. Let's do balanced. I'm cool, I can do it. Ooh. Talk about an intro. Very mysterious. Boop. Oh. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Got me all curious now. Doctor? Here? Sir, can you hear me? Or do I need to speak up? Man, I'm unconscious. Be a little nicer. Yes, speak up. Is this okay with you? Is my voice loud enough? Louder! And now, is this okay? Yes, thank you. She takes a deep breath. Sir, you've just spent 2 weeks in a coma. Oh, and the first thing I did when I woke up was be a little shit. The word bounces around in your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma. The word scratches along your throat. Yes, you were the victim of an assault. The word resonates in your head. Victim. You are aware of a serial killer is currently loose in Paris. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up your throat. The judge has the police call the killer, assaulted you. The bullet touched your liver, and, in most circumstances, it would have been fatal. We chose to put you in an induced. Her voice becomes more distant, fades. You taste bile at the back of your mouth. Your head is burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move to your wound. Underneath the bandages, you can feel hard skin. It is incredibly painful. I'm sorry? Did they catch the judge? No. What about my passenger? He was dead before you even got out of your cab. Oh, that was the body. The doctor is silent for a second. A very awkward second. She hesitates. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you're the only one who survived the judge. Noise in the hallway attracts your attention. You try to turn your head, to no avail. You need to rest. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallway. I don't care he's the only witness. Another female voice joins in, a strong, authoritarian voice. You can't clearly make up what she's saying. A strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue, some odd combination of the two. Before being in this hospital room, you'd never realized that anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger. A feeling you know all too well. Days go by, and a month later. Did the cops finally get to talk to me? Oh, night 1. Night 1? Where am I? Whoa! Well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. A real problem, that is. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the attack. Are you listening to me? You catch your boss's eye in the review mirror. Sorry. Alright, yeah. He stares at you for a second or two without speaking. Sometimes I wonder what goes on inside your head. You always seem so far away. Well, I did almost get murdered. I think I'm allowed to be a little zoned out sometimes. I'm listening. Okay. He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know? I know. And you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet. Again. When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country. I'll let him go on. But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me, to hire the guys from the neighborhood. And that's why I've got 45 guys like you working for me. We're a big family. You have a lot of sons. His hand flutters in the air, though none of them are any match for you. He smiles. His voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a little refresher. Yeah, good idea. Right then. Well, first the map. You spot potential customers and try to guess where they'll be going. Then you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up. He shrugs. That's the way it goes. It's business. No problem. The other fares, you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them. And then, you drive. He flashes a quick, mechanical smile. You know it well. When he talks about work, he talks about work. That's all. When your shift is over, we do the numbers and... His voice trails off, as if searching for the right words. And that's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Oh, right. No overtime. We're in France here, and there are rules, regulations. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours. He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab. Anyhow, you know the ropes. You get it. I know you're going to do a good job. What's the matter? Your boss keeps quiet for a while, as if he's hesitant to speak. And then... I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving. The murderer is still out there, and we think he's going to come back. For you. We? Your colleagues. I do too. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. He gives you a smile, half ironic, half serious. Have a good night. Same to you, and good luck. He'll spend the rest of the night dealing with problems and drivers. You wonder how and when the guy ever gets any sleep. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple colleagues are milling about. Taxis are coming and going. They all ignore you, consciously or unconsciously. You are branded. You sit there a moment, then turn the key in the ignition. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of understand why some of them probably don't want to hang out with the dude who's been marked for death. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you miss that feeling. It's back to the night shift, back to life. Despite the attack. Despite it all. Whoa, okay. What do I do here? Okay, you're close. Can I go to you? Oh, I have a gas meter. I have a money meter. Alright, I need to go to... Oh, that is very far. Fine. Your next passenger does not simply get in. She throws herself in. Energetic, lively, chatty. She looks like she never stops. She gives you her address and heaves a big sigh. You start driving. Would you mind putting on some music? Choose... Let's go for the hit station. Yeah, that's perfect. She lets the electro beat wash over her. You drive along for quite a while without saying anything. You like the song that's on. Despite its vocoded sound, it's ring-a-touch dated. Something about it reminds you of the VHS tapes you watched when you were young. All of a sudden, your passenger taps you on the shoulder and pulls you from your thoughts. Hey, can I ask you something? She doesn't wait for an answer. Do you think that people have faces that go with their personalities? And by that you mean... Well, yeah, you know, when the dudes that look like weasels turn out to be traitors, or like the sexy blondes are inevitably superficial. Ah, I see what you mean. Like they wear their personality on their face. It's possible. Yeah, I think so. She pauses and scans your face like she's trying to determine your personality. I think it's possible. She starts speaking quicker and quicker. I saw a really weird movie tonight, a black and white one, crazy old. Directed by Hitchcock, this famous British guy. The female lead steals money on the job. She opens her eyes wide. But it's like $40,000 or something, which must have been worth a whole lot at the time. So she goes to hide out in a motel. The owner is a bit precious. His name is Norman, so with that kind of name, you know something's wrong from the start, right? Before you can provide an answer, she's moved on. And then she gets slaughtered in the shower with this big knife. Insane! They kill off the main character after half an hour? There's blood everywhere. Of course you can't see anything. Old movies never show anything. You'd never even see it when people kiss. Yeah, so anyway, the dude who owns the motel, he so completely looks like a murderer. And she goes right there, gets a room, has dinner with him, they chat. No big shock when he slices her up. She pauses. Silence fills the cab. It's like the rest of the story is missing. Like your passenger is struggling to say something. And? Did you steal money? He reminded you of someone? Well, yeah. I broke up with my boyfriend last night. It wasn't serious or anything, but when I met him right away, I was like, shit, this guy looks like a liar. I don't know why, it's just what I thought at the time. She pauses, and when she starts speaking again, her voice is filled with anger. And I was right. He totally played me. He got some other chick in Villiuff. It sucks because this guy knows a ton about movies, right? He showed me some stuff. Real films. There was one, a masked killer, like in Scream, who murders teens at a camp. Friday the 13th? Like, they're totally getting it on, and here comes the killer carrying a harpoon, and BAM! He slaughters both of them in one fell swoop. She giggles. The crazy thing is that the killer is actually some kids, like 7 years old or something. So good. Yeah, so this guy I was with, he said he knew people in the industry, said he could totally help me get an internship or something like that. Total lies too, probably. There's nothing you can do with liars, real pathological ones. They believe all their lies. Can't tell the truth from the lies anymore. Something is not right in his head. Your young passenger taps her thigh. Man, I say some really stupid shit, don't I? Like I'm trying to make excuses for that asshole. You're not far from her place now. She slowly calms herself down. That dude in the motel, in the film? Obviously, he was the murderer. Dressed up as his mom, that he turned into a mummy. She pauses. He was pretty fucked up. She stares at you in the rearview mirror as you park. And you? Who do I look like? Hard to say. Your beard hides most of your face, but you look like... Cool. Detached. Yeah, detached. Like the world. Everything around us, like, it's not really your place, you know? like you're just passing through. She flashes you a smile. Don't take it the wrong way, I'm just saying detached and cool in a good way. No worries. She looks down. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. She hands you her fare. Thank you. A second later, she's outside. You watch her walk across the parking lot and up to the doors of her building. When she's inside, you drive away. Oh, nice. Tip? Oh, I got a tip. Profits? Good. All right. Who's the closest person from here? Oh, there's a lot of people. I like your glasses. But there's an old lady over there. Let's go with glasses, dude. Meow. Out of the corner of your eye, you see two bums in an alleyway. They look like they're fighting. You think about Herv. Who's Herv? Oh well, I guess I'll never know. Except the door opens and your passenger collapses into the back seat. His eyes are hidden behind a pair of large, dark glasses. His clothes reek of sweat and booze. A clubber. He mumbles his destination and you start driving. A few words are exchanged. The weather, taxes, traffic. Then, you can tell it's coming. The inevitable conversation about the killer. Some bits of information, rumors, things overheard. You make a mental note of what you've heard. Who knows? It might come in handy. Oh! Your mind wanders. Your eyes vaguely scan the store windows. The sodium light coming off the street lamps feels like it's dripping into your brain. You're falling asleep. You need a bit of music to keep you awake. I'm gonna be polite. Ask the passenger. You glance at your passenger. You mind if I put a little music on? He waves his hand as if to say, who cares? You turn on the radio, pressing on the dial to find a station you like. 80s rock ballad. Too soft. Behind you, your passenger is snoring. Barely, but you hear him. Atonal classical music sounds like the orchestra is badly tuned. Right, not tonight. Two journalists discussing new evidence in the investigation into the judge's murders. Oh, another clue! The information they share, salon talk, nothing more, seems important nonetheless. The ad interrupts the torrent of words and you change the station. Classical music again. The flute grates on your ears. Electronic music. You like the rhythm, but just aren't in the mood. Stop. You lift your hand from the dial. The music plays on. Not bad. Turn it up so I can hear better. I didn't want to wake you. His voice sounds like it's coming from a deep cavern. I wasn't sleeping, just sobering up. He leans forward. Not bad at all. You hear a touch of an accent. Probably an American, but someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. The music continues. There's something turning in the background, a persistent melody that gets higher and higher. Your client mumbles, I bet. The song is coming to an end and the announcer, in a piercing foghorn voice, throws out the name of a DJ you've never heard of. DJ Blunt. I knew it. You like his stuff? Yeah, it's a good product. It's pretty conveniently structured, but it's super popular. Or conventionally structured. He snickers. Still. I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In '94, at a party at the Rex Club, there was this kid who started buying me rounds. He waves his hand around. A kid, no older than 17, thought he was hitting on me. He chuckles. He would have been disappointed. He shakes his head. No, he wanted me to teach him how to spin. I told him, no, but you can watch. And that's exactly what he did, every week until we moved on to the Osiris. He sold X to pay his way in. He briefly snickers. And now he's on the radio. Silence fills the cab. Weighted silence. You can tell your passenger's mind is spinning. You know what he did this summer? He was the opener for the soccer championship at Stade de France. It was huge. Wonder what people think if they knew he was selling drugs at 17. He lowers his voice a bit. If only they knew. Your passenger clams up. I'm gonna be reckless and watch him. You stare at your passenger and notice little details revealing how old he must be. The thinning hair on top of his head, the creases in his forehead, his worn blazer that he can't quite fasten anymore. We ran into each other in Ibiza 4 or 5 years ago. You almost jump at the sound of his voice. I was spinning in this little club. Yeah, really little, but it was something. He totally ignored me, of course. Even with those dark glasses, you can see how angry he is. DJ motherfucking cunt. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He rummages through his pockets as he says, your radio. Can it take a flash drive? You glance at your radio. You don't really know what he's talking about. I don't know. No worries. He lays his phone on the space between the two front seats. Listen to this. It's what I played tonight. It's mine. He sets his phone to play. But, people were barely dancing. A drum machine playing a hard-edged beat in the background. They were talking, taking each other's picture. 4 notes start to dance in the cab. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. Perfect dance beat becomes progressively audible. All that, a purely electronic crescendo plays, is over. There's a break in the music. Synthesized strings calm the song down without slowing it down. At least, the song is getting intense again, explodes as your passenger drifts off. I got people dancing. The song keeps going for another minute, then stops. Your passenger doesn't budge. You drive to the rhythm of his snoring. The sound fills the cab. Ideas are bouncing through your head, like they do every time you find yourself alone. This guy in the back seat is too old to be young. You look down at your own hands. They look like they're suddenly aging in time lapse. You close your eyes for a second. Only a second. When you open them, you've reached your destination and have pulled over to the sidewalk. You tap your passenger's knee and he wakes up with a start. Shit. Yeah? We're here, sir. Ah, yes. Great. He rummages through his pockets and hands you a few rumpled bills for fare. Thanks. Hope you liked it. Silence. My music. The song I played you. I should have been in the spotlight, you see? 15 minutes of fame. Just a minute of... He stifles a burp. You hear him mumble as he leaves the taxi. Those whiskey in Oregon has really screwed with my system. You see him stagger towards his building. It takes him several tries to get the door open. He finally disappears inside. You heave a long sigh. Okay, come on. Oh, nice. Good fare. You're making some money. The door suddenly opens and a woman gets into the back seat. Having a good night? Who are you? For a second, you freeze. It's one of the cops working on the judge's case. Oh, no! She grins at you. Her voice creaks. You remember seeing her at the hospital. Something already bothered you about her there.
It's actually pretty crazy. For weeks, I've been saying to myself there's something off about you. Something not so nice. I dug around, mulled it over, bugged all my fellow cops about it, because I was sure you lied to us.
I'm gonna let her keep going, because I don't know what she's talking about. She has a cold sneer on her face.
I'm going to be frank with you.
She leans over to you.
I don't think you're the judge. Nah, I just can't picture it.
She squints, like she's trying to make you out from far away.
Like you'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself. Yeah, between us, it's a bit of a stretch.
She stares at you.
But not enough of a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know any better, I'd think he had a crush on you.
She smirks.
No, I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison at 17.
An icy chill fills your gut.
And for murder, too.
Oh, what? You open your mouth, but nothing comes out.
Since you got out, you've kept a low profile, but you're lying about your name and your address. I checked. It's normal, you'd say. If they get word of your time served, no loan for your permit, no lease for your car. Meaning, no second chance at life.
Her voice becomes softer, almost warm.
I personally like guys who want a second chance. No, I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically, I like guys who are willing to work for me. She leans forward, her eyes shining, cat-like eyes narrowing. My chief wants to go to the prosecutor with a first and last name with evidence. Actually, knowing him, he's not so hot on evidence. So, I'll give you info, victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos that are a bit... She makes a gagging noise. You have to be discreet. Keep it between you and me. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around.
I'm not a cop. She shrugs.
Don't worry, you're already keener than half the squad.
Oh, well, that gives me so much confidence.
And don't forget, I'm not asking you to make an arrest and deliver the killer wrapped up in a bow in front of the station, okay? You're no Batman. You're just here to get me more information.
I see myself as more of a Nightwing. Thank you very much. She rummages around in her pockets for what seems like forever.
Here, take my card. I'll call you in 3-4 days just to check in. We'll chat. And I'll let you know if I have any new info.
She takes a didactic, paternalistic tone, like she was giving you a list of recommendations for the 100th time.
Don't get caught. Don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. I know what you look like, and I know who your friends are. You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend.
She takes a minute to scan your face, your emotions.
If I have to go, I'll check in on you-know-who.
Her smile is biting.
That reminds me. So you know you've done time?
Who? You shake your head. She snickers.
Oh, my little dirtbag. You cover your tracks well.
I did what I could.
Yeah, if you say so.
She sighs in a tired, exaggerated way.
Don't try to mess with me, man. If things don't go well, I'll turn you in. I'll send your picture to all my friends in the media and every asshole in Paris. Your picture with your name on it. Your real name. Anyone close to you will have their places searched. They'll be put under house arrest, spend nights in jail. You have any idea how tense things are with that fucker's trial underway?
You sigh. You know just what she's trying to get at.
Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. You could be brothers, actually.
I'm nothing like that son of a bitch! She smiles.
Let me tell you, with that face of yours in your handle, they'll welcome you with open arms.
I can't say anything. I don't even know what she's going on about. She takes on a serious tone, businesslike.
I want to catch this killer personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his fucking life with a bang. I can't botch this case, you got me? And neither can you, alright?
Obviously.
Well, great then. We see eye to eye. So you can just say you're my informant, my CI. He ripped open your gut. You saw your own insides. You were in a coma. Yeah, you have plenty of reasons to want to get back at him.
She furrows her brow.
Yeah, I think you're actually going to do what I tell you to do. You're going to investigate, ask questions, listen to all the rumors, and you come up with a list of suspects.
She lays her hand on the door handle and freezes.
Oh, right, and don't get fired. Without this cab, you're worth nothing to me.
You glare at her. Fucking bitch! No, I'm saying nothing. She puts her hand up, and you can hear the words behind it. This conversation never happened.
I'll make sure you get more intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Until then, not a word to anyone, obviously. Not a word.
The door opens, squeaks, and slams shut. Fucking bitch! You sit alone for a while, teeth clenched, dry-eyed, ears buzzing. Shit! On the back seat, the cop left a pile of papers. Shit! The key in the ignition, motor running. Radio on, crackles. You turn it off and start driving. Talking to passengers might unlock new documents and clues for your investigations. You will find them back at your studio after your shift. Oh, 6 clues discovered available in your room. Can I go to my room? Oh, here we are. Oh, what's going on there? Oh my goodness. Oh, we've got our little billboard. Where's the red string? We need red string. You gotta use red string, my dude. You take a second to enjoy the silence of your studio apartment. Outside, the city is slowly waking up. You can still hear the hum of the taxi buzzing in your ears. You throw the piles Bussett gave you on the table. On the wall, you hung up the big corkboard where you used to pin up photos of your nephews. They've been gone since you got out of... Your plan is simple. Jot down all the pieces of evidence and connect them to the suspects. The guilty party won't necessarily be the one with the most evidence against them, but the one with the most compelling evidence against them. It's like you're building a story about each suspect, trying to understand their motives. Understand how he or she got into this situation. Your neighbor flushes the toilet. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see the pipe shake. You glance at your bed and get to work. All right, we've got evidence. Autopsy report. Picture of crime scene 1. Oh, okay. Another picture, dead body, killer case. Let's look at the board. Okay, so we've got Slim, Paul, Herb, Piero, Claudia. So message on crime scene 3, time is up. Victim 1 protected by St. Quinn Mayor. Oh, medical examiner in Paris, escaped from Argentina when she was young, lost her parents. The process. Cop in Paris, dad was a cop, died 2 years ago. Mom got health issues after health scandal, gay, in a relationship, never disclosed this information at work. Homeless man with an unknown background, briefly worked for Charles Bourgain, victim 2 in the 90s. Got health issues after the health scandal, a couple of arrests for breaking and entering. Paul, retired cop, joined the police in 1977, divorced from a judge. Born in the French Antilles, moved to mainland France in 1976. Well-known lawyer from St. Quinn, defender of the Douar case, defender of several molested kids in poor neighborhoods, was a promising football player when he was 10. Message on crime scene, justice. Killer left a message in chalk on first crime scene. Killer knew the victims or researched them. No sign of violence. Victim killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Killer's height. Message on crime scene 2, you deserve this. Message on crime scene 3, time is up. Protected by St. Quinn Mayor. Okay. I'm not entirely sure. I have a lot of information, but I don't really know where to put it. Back to the desk. Do I have more documents? I don't think I do. Hang on. Okay. Divorced from a judge. Homeless. He's a cop. Escaped from Paris. 1.69, 177. Mr. John Crane, scene 1, justice. So it could be either him or him. You deserve this. Bullet to the neck, killer's height. Protected by the mayor, time is up. Suspected member of the process. Oh, so that is definitely linked to you. Time is up. Protected by the mayor, that might be you. I should probably move things around. Alright. Killer left a message in chalk on the first 3 crime scenes. This is connected to you 2. This is connected to everyone. I see. Okay, I'm starting to figure out. Killer knew the victims or researched them. No sign of violence. Source, cop times 2. Victim killed with 1 bullet to the neck. Death equals execution. So can I connect these to them? I don't think so. Alright, well, this is what we got so far. It's not much, but now that we're actually working and gathering information, we might be able to get more stuff, and maybe this will start to make sense. But that is all going to have to wait for next time. Until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, always pay your cab fare, and have a good day. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You slowly open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed. Your body aches and you're in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. It looks awfully empty. Tomorrow, you'll have a chance to fill it up more. You shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. Just when you're about to fall asleep, you think you hear a voice in the distance. He's crying. You jump without understanding where the voice is coming from. Outside, Paris is waking up, and you fall asleep.